At issue this morning, distracted driving. Nationally, it's estimated that more than 3,000 people are killed and 400,000 injured in crashes involving distractions. Vermont's new hands-free law was created to help minimize those distractions, but it may be causing new ones. Kat Villiansoni joins us live this morning. What did you find out?
Well, Julie, I found that according to a new study from the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, the devices that people are now using to communicate while keeping their eyes on the road may be worsening the very problem they're trying to fix. When Vermont enacted its new hands-free driving law at the beginning of the month, many drivers had to change their habits and put down their phones.
I don't use my cell phone, and I just got a hands-free calling system on the truck. Just press that button.
OnStar ready.
3 out of 4 drivers believe hands-free technology is safe to use. But a new study says the speech-activated systems designed to reduce driver distraction may do just the opposite.
For the most part, all of these systems are either more distracting or at least as distracting as a handheld or hands-free cell phone.
To measure and compare drivers' mental distraction between different activities, participants in AAA's study used instrumented test vehicles, heart rate monitors, and other equipment to measure their reaction times. The team found that something like a radio was a Category 1, a low-level distraction. Talking on a handheld or hands-free device was a Category 2 distraction, considered a moderate one. However, using speech-to-text systems to compose messages was a Category 3, and Apple's Siri was the worst performer in the study, earning its own distinction as a very high-level Category 4 distraction. That's because the study found the less accurate the voice recognition program was, the more the driver had to concentrate on their words, taking their focus from the road. And though they support the spirit of the law in places like Vermont, AAA says their study shows that hands-free does not mean risk-free. Vermont Department of Motor Vehicles Commissioner Robert Ide agrees.
Anything that is a distraction is not as safe as being undistracted. So even though they think they might be safer than using a handheld device, the best outcome is to use neither.
He says his department has heard that sales of hands-free devices have gone up, and he says they'll likely see more studies about distracted driving in all of its forms. But he says he's not ready to say that the state should change its hands-free cell phone law to include text-to-speech systems.
I think this is a classic. The jury is still out, so I'm not prepared to say today that there is a specific area that we need to think about.
So AAA says it hopes the study will do a couple of things. First, encourage drivers to limit the use of electronics behind the wheel. And second, prompt car and phone manufacturers to make their hands-free systems safer by improving their accuracy so that when the drivers do use them, they aren't as distracted. Julie?
Interesting to see the flip side of that. Thank you, Kat.